Good evening, good evening. What's up, y'all? Think we're good. Let's get it, y'all. See what I got going on here today. I got an extra bonus drop from Caldera. I've not done a solo op in a hot minute. Stryden, how you doing, man? Good evening, brother. Let's see here. What you getting into tonight? Outgoing void damage. Trying to do some power leveling. I'm trying to see if I can give myself enough time to possibly knock out Aztec Vice. What's up? What's up, bro? How you doing? Trying to see if I can give myself enough time to possibly do the conquest. I've not done a lot of the GM ones yet. I think we're just north of 80 Aztec, so you are more than welcome, man. If you're looking for a clan, man, you're more than welcome to join us. More than welcome, bro. Oh, I don't want to fall. Here we go. Yeah, we have 80 members in there. I can't say that they're all playing every single day, but we have so I'm in that clan, that community clan. I'm in there with my alt account. I will say every single time I log in, I get a full set of stuff from Hawthorne every single time. So G-Sky, I did. I got it today. It took me 3 engrams today to get it. Just turning in 3 engrams. So, yep, I sure did, brother. How about you? Did you end up getting it? Oh. Did I not activate this one over here? Thought I did. Ooh. Well, I'm sure you'd be able to get all of those. You just have to join the Barodiades. Those are pretty straightforward ones right there. If you're in the Discord, you can just use that link in the join our clan chat, and then you would just have to let people know. Now we do have two. We ran out of space in our first community, like Discord area, or like Discord clan rather, because we just had too many people. So we have a second one. Monster Rancher, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Trying to see if I can get these seven final precision kills here. Chilling, bro. We'll say that's one thing about using a SMG that does not work the greatest for this. Especially a 900 RPM SMG. Oh! Oh no. Excuse me. What's up, Bat? How you doing, man? I'm good. I'm just trying to see if I can get... mostly looking for power levels. Sorta, kinda, in the tiniest way, looking for the SMGs. I still don't have a good shiny one, so. But to be honest, I've not really worked that hard at it. And I do have tier 5s now, so that's fine. Like, I mean, because the only difference is just the coloration at that point. The reason I'm frustrated I didn't get the one from Solstice is because I don't have the tier 5. That one's an actual issue with the weapon itself, whereas I have really good tier 5 SMGs. I just don't have a I don't have a good I just don't have the coloration on it. Ed, what's up, man? It is the carrot on my stick today. Ed, I am using Mint Retrograde in the top slot. I'm using Mida Mini Tool in my energy slot. And then I'm using the Synancia's Sword to be able to move around efficiently. But you could also, you could swap that for some sort of anything, really. You could do it for a machine gun if you wanted to, or you could do it for a, you know, whatever. All right, let's see here. Trying to see if I had anything. This one here is kind of a juicer, but let me go run like a Festival of the Lost thing. I need to get these final levels. That's what I really need to do. Oh, I didn't realize you could. I didn't realize you could do this. I didn't realize you could like customize it for yourself as well. That's cool. If you had like a full squad. Do. Aggregate charge. This weapon deals more damage for each elemental debuff applied to the target. Damage bonus is increased for the enhancement. I don't think I've never used a weapon with that on. I've seen it. I just haven't used it. Y'all, we're sitting at 527 on the lock, which is crazy. I just need to, if I go run like one or two things on the Titan, it'll bring it up. Lorenzo, I hate to be the person to tell you, you cannot get Baradiad right now, man. Sorry to tell you that, bro. I hate it. I don't think there's a single person in the world that hates telling people that more than I do. You can't get it anymore because the mission that it comes from isn't in the game. So until Bungie brings it back, there's nothing you can do, man. But the reason I personally am sad about it more than almost anyone is because if you look at my channel, you'll see that I have helped people helped people for better part of the last year figure out how to get all these exotic mission rewards. So people ask me all the time and I have to break their heart over and over and over again. So yeah, I mean they just removed it from being accessible in the game. Thankfully, we know that the Dreadnought exists, at least in some capacity, since King's Fall is in the raid. So, I'm sure it'll come back. It may even come back next season. So, we'll have to see when they do their weapon preview. We'll have to see if they mention the mission at all or Baradiad at all with getting any sort of change or buff or adjustment. And if they do, that may lead us to a conclusion on whether or not they intend to bring it back. I would have sworn that they were going to bring it back sometime during this season, though, man. I mean, I'm sure they're talking about it. There's been no public confirmation on anything, so take anything you've heard with a grain of salt, but shiny not other than from the reward track, bro. Unfortunately, man. Oh, yeah, I mean, for sure, there's no way in hell they're not actively working on trying to fix it to get it back in the game. I mean, it's a meta weapon, right? Like, it was highly meta until they brought in the nerfs with Ash and Iron to, like, Outbreak and that, but... Yeah, it was like an incredibly meta weapon, and then they broke it. Yeah, I heard that there was something weird going on with the reload of it. Bro, the thing that pissed me off that they nerfed the most out of nowhere was freaking, what was it? Terraba. You guys remember how mad I got at that? We were talking about Baradiad. Hello, Jake. Congrats on hitting your streak, bro. I'm out here single-handedly making sure that this round progresses. You know, I don't know what they'll nerf. I mean, did you guys see the preview that they gave? They said that they're planning to update World Line 0. They're planning to update Osteostriga. There was a couple more that they mentioned, so but none of the weapons seem like any that would not be like that would be nerfed, to be honest. So Impaler, we are a long way from that, bro. I wish we were there. To be honest, that's kind of where Destiny Rising is a little bit. Like, the weapons aren't like the craziest things, But Destiny Rising weapons, like when you get an exotic in Destiny Rising, it feels exotic and it feels like memorable. It's like, oh my God, I cannot believe, you know, that thing dropped from whatever. You know, that's something that a D3 could do. You know, as much as we talk about it and we complain about them not bringing it or giving it to us. Like, that is something genuinely that we could get only with a Destiny 3. Because you always got to, right, you always got to look up, or you always got to look through the lens of whatever's already in the game. Like, what do we have at our disposal? You know what I mean? And so if you already have all of these other weapons, not only does the weapon have to be better than everything else, but it has to be enticing enough, meta-defining enough to push through. Like even Barodiad. Barodiad's a really good weapon, but it's just not enough, man. It's just not enough to, like, other than like some niche things, like there weren't very many people running Barodiad. So Jake, you were hitting the gritty on me. I didn't say anything because I didn't notice. JD says, I was playing Haunted Altars last night. Literally had 2 exotic engrams drop from 1 kill. It was crazy. That is crazy, dude. You hit it on Ning? No, I didn't realize. I was a little tired last night. I was pretty sleepy, though. Had a productive day today, though. I got a new personal trainer I'm starting to work with. I need to start working out. I'm getting a jump start before the new year, so it's not a New Year resolution thing. So I had like an original consultation, because the reason I don't want to go and just like start lifting weights by myself right now is I don't know what actual weights or what actual exercises are cool for me to do to try to remediate my knee. So I want to at least start with someone, even if it's just once a week, just like talk with them, have them help me kind of get my stuff figured out, and then you disagree that it has to be a viable option? Then why the hell are you looking for the gun? Like, if it's not a viable option that you would actually use in the game, what's the point in even having it? Like, we're not talking about how cool a weapon is. There's so many freaking cool weapons in the game, but they just don't use. Oh, Ryan, what's up, bro? I'm trying to counteract it, dude. I've had it for years. I've been prepped on that. Dad jokes and dad bobs. I've been ready for new baby for years, bro. Yeah, Impaler, I don't understand what argument you're making then, man. So, for sure. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, bro. Because because you said you're looking for things that feel special, that you could run with anything, right? And if you are, then, you know, that would be strong enough to run with everything. Well, I don't understand how that would not be, like, influential, best in slot. You know what I mean? Dun, 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 dun. And James, I think that's great, man. Run whatever you want to run, man. As long as you're not trying to do something in particular with a pre-established team, and what you're running is actively counteracting the goal of what you have. Like, I've had people I've played with in the past that, like, we'll be trying to do like a teaching run with a bunch of people, and then was like, oh, well, I want to use white gear and random loadout stuff. It's like, well, you're not really helping us achieve our goals, you know what I mean? It's like, just because it's cool to be so against the meta. And I'm like, well, okay. What you're really doing is just being the most cringe person alive is what it really is. But dun 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 dun. Now, Shelly, that is also, or Skelly, sorry. Skelly, that is also another thing. Just because a loadout is the meta, that does not mean that it is the meta or the best option for everyone. Now, you can have a meta option, right? And you can say, well, this is the best, or this is what I need to, you know, this is what I should be using. But as soon as it starts to hinder your productivity in whatever activity you're playing, you're absolutely right. There's no point to it. JD, not yet, bro. Not yet, man. I just started. So I'm hoping to kind of stay in there, stay locked in tonight on the things that are going to give me Halloween drops. But I haven't seen any yet. I've actually not seen any out in the wild yet. I've only gotten them from my little pass, so. Yeah, bro, we're gonna keep after it though. I need to, where do I get the rest of the masks from here? Oh, I'm probably not doing that. I doubt I will be playing long enough or intentional enough to do all that stuff tonight, so. Maybe Jover. Oh, I got you, Impaler. No, I guess to clarify, the point I was making was kind of in response to what you were saying, which is the idea that, like you said, that you wish... Here, let me see what you actually... You said... This is their current philosophy. It seems exotics barely seem like exotics. So that was my... Like, that was what I was responding to. You said, I remember when exotics were fun and earth-shattering, there was metas. You could run almost anything and make it work. So what I was taking, and I was kind of bouncing off of, is that, right? The reason that things don't pop, or the reason people don't want to go get something, or, like, put themselves out to obtain something, is... They won't do it if it's not like at the top of the meta, right? Like we see people right now, for instance, we see people who have put off wanting to go play Sunder Doctrine and farm for Finality's Augur and get that catalyst until Bungie made that weapon meta. Now they've seen enough people using it and they're like, oh shit. Oh shit, I need that. You know what I mean? And so that gun's always been cool. It's always had a super cool identity to it. But it didn't really inspire anyone because it didn't pop off. It didn't pop off in any activity. There was no one using Finality's Augur other than to just troll before they shifted us to a meta where it is so heavy on getting our super to be regenerated in these super long damage phases. When it came out, we didn't have... I mean, the longest one we had was Vesper's Host. And you technically could use it on that, but the problem is the boss for Vesper's Host, like final boss on Vespers, the final boss moves around so much that you could run into issues with your Your dude trying to track. Dude, I am so fucking over these Titans spamming these crystals as if they're doing anything. They're literally not doing anything, dude. Nothing that couldn't be done with a thing that is far less obtrusive. So stupid, dude. This is me as a Titan main saying, Titans, we have a fucking issue, dude. Jake still needs to do Festival of the Lost and Destiny Rising. It's just stupid. Like do it in solo content. Like if you actually need it to survive. Like I guess I understand that, but dude, don't do it and all this shit. Yep, and Baylor, we're on the same time or the same mindset there. Solo, it's fine if you want to get the DR. Damage resist for it. Lonely, this is much worse than a Banner Titan. I mean, Banner Titan, all you need is fucking, you just need to spam, you know, you're getting melee kills and then you have Banner of War, right? It has nothing to do with a character getting a lot of kills. It just has to do with this stupid shit, like these things being all over the place. All the goddamn time, dude. Yeah. And to be honest, it's not even, in my opinion, as someone who is taking a break from playing Titan, because I've been playing Titan for the last like 3 years straight, with hardly playing any other characters other than to occasionally raid. This whole deal with like, this is not even fun. Like it doesn't even feel good. You have to slide twice, send your shit going, and then you're sitting there like, then you have to pull your weapon out and then shoot your weapon. Like at least with Consecration, you go up in the air and then you slam back down. If I could do that with this ice version, it would be so, like, that would be sick, dude. If I could jump up in the air and then immediately send, like, another ice thing out to shatter them directly after, instead of doing 2 drops, that would be so much more satisfying for me. James went back to light subclasses. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, you can, but that's not how people are using them, Flawless. You know what I mean? People are using them, like I just said. They're doing it for the double spam thing because they watched Llama's video or some shit, and they're like, oh my god, I can make all these crystals, and the crystals they don't even do that good. And the other thing too is like, what are we dying to that we need like 7,000% DR? I just find I want stasis to be good, but like let's not say that it's like that good that it needs to be spammed in all sorts of, you know what I mean, like all sorts of team activities because of it. So what's the I'm assuming you're talking about Void being a darkness subclass. What's the other one? Are you counting Prismatic as a dark subclass? I'm doing the traveler's work right now. I'm running all over this place. Yeah, I've stopped trusting that I can, like, especially in higher end team-based content, like you gotta play your life first and foremost, you know what I mean? Because in solo content, sometimes I find it way easier to stay alive depending on what my build is, just because a lot of times the way you're staying alive has to do with like getting a kill. Like, I like to say that playing Titan sometimes is like playing Doom, where the enemies are your health packs. And the times that I die the most, whether it be like a GM or some sort of like ultimate difficulty deal, is when I'm playing with someone who's a really efficient ad clear, and they kill everything in the room, but they don't leave one thing. Like, you don't have like the mental... like the mental wherewithal to be like, oh, I see that exclamation point over Sax's head. He might need to get a melee kill here to heal up. So there's been Warlocks that I've played with before, and I've had to tell him, like, hey, can you possibly chill a little bit? Like, if you see me running actively towards something, or if you see a Titan, it should be basically classified as a war crime. If you see a Titan halfway through a consecration slam, like we've slid, we're up in the air, and you continue to shoot the enemy that's directly in front of us, I'm like, you're a Warlock, you read all them books, and you could not figure out the fact that I was trying to heal myself because I was in the middle of a consecration slam. I was like, what book do you find that in? Well, usually it's not even done on purpose, right? Like, usually it's just done because you turn your brain off, and I'm like, hey, whatever hard activity we're in right now, I actually need you to actively use that, like, that prefrontal cortex or whatever you want to fucking call it. Don't turn your brain off. I need you to actively use it, please. You'll know that's what I'm thinking if you ever hear me in a raid say, okay, it's time to sit up in our gaming chairs. What I'm really saying is, can you use every part of your brain instead of just like turn off, go burr? I'm a left mouse button click. Even though that is the most fun way to play, typically. Tier 5 Mida, you'll need to get over that 450 mark. And then once you're done, you'll be able to get it from, I think it's like Fire Team Ops. You'll often see it's featured. I can't remember the specifics on this next event that they're doing, the Call to Arms piece, but I think that there's going to be basically a lot of ways to be able to get whatever, you know, weapons, world drop weapons and stuff like that. So you don't have one yet, I'm sure you'll be able to get one soon. Yo, Q, what's up, man? I saw you talking about Osteo Flawless. Yeah, that build's only going to get better in the next season too, since they're buffing Osteo. What'd you notice, bro? Don't go breaking my heart, Cuban. First off, I highly doubt my damage was garbage. Second off, no, we just second off, that's why we just layer in whatever footage I have. So I I don't do podcast and raid at the same time. Bat, what's up, man? It's fine. We're just getting through some of these. We're kind of just talking. We're talking smack about Warlocks right now. Did you have your ears burning? Yeah, I usually grab footage from like whatever thing, and then either I layer it over top, or I will I think there's going to be, James, I think there's going to be some sort of PvP component, but if it's anything like they've been doing, it won't be, it's not like it'll be mandatory. It'll probably be just additive. Give you another method if you want to. Alex, am I good at trials? No. But I also don't ever really, I don't work on it ever. So the few times that I've really I played week over week, multiple weeks in a row, I can get there. It just takes a lot longer than I wish it did. Yeah, James, that's kind of what I'm thinking, man. See this stuff? It's so stupid, dude. Alex, unfortunately, is not me, brother. The Eagle ship is cool, though. think, yeah, this was from a season pass. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, there are a few reasons I'd like to play Trials. Like, I wouldn't be mad about spending some time in there. But when we did it last time, dude, I was like, ugh. Kind of drove me crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like people stay in Trials like way too long. So they stay in Trials too long, and then they get like real jaded about playing Trials. They kind of hit this. It's this weird like self-fulfilling prophecy of like they think Trials is gonna be shitty, so then they act shitty, and then they make Trials shitty. So. Yeah, I do enjoy a good Iron Banana. Not really. No, I kind of just want one of the like a good green SMG, but I do have some other good SMGs, so I'm not too concerned about it, honestly, Alex. Oh, I do have quite a few engrams here. Let's see. Hey, I got one. Goes to the postmaster. Let's see how it is. Oh, it's garbage. It's really bad, bro. Bat, thank you for resubscribing for 5 months, bro. You've been here since the beginning, man. Appreciate you, bro. That gun has feelings too. Nah, this ain't no Borderlands gun, bro. Ollie resubscribed for 3 months, starting a hype train. Thank you very much, man. Y'all remember, we're getting to that time of the year, or the time of the month where your Prime sub might be coming up. Don't forget, y'all. Don't let Jeff Bezos hang on to that money, y'all. There ain't no need for that.
Yes. This is exactly what I was thinking.
Hey, I got my first submersion. Auto-loading chill clip. What else we want with this? This is the first one I've had. Yeah, I mean, but to not have any drop, I'm pretty happy. I'll hold on to it for sure. I didn't realize that was an option to have it drop. Hey. It's not very good. Alex, everything's make or break for Bungie. To be honest, I think I don't think Sony bought Bungie just to put, like, they want them to succeed. I think Bungie has already been on like a make or break situation for their internal well-being at Sony. I have no information on this, but if you imagine, right? You imagine the public sentiment around one of your companies being as low as it's been and stuff. You got to imagine that they're already having conversations on trying to like take things over and be more hands-on and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think things are already shifting. I think that's why a lot of this stuff doesn't come out, namely things like roadmaps or, you know, being more open and transparent. I think that there are more layers that things have to go through right now. So I mean, every game company's release, every single game, unless your name is Valve, every single game company's next release is make or break for them. It's just the truth of the matter. Name me one company. I mean, hell, CD Projekt Red almost went completely under when Cyberpunk 2077 came out as bad as it did. So this is not me saying that it's not a dire situation. It's not something where they really, really need it to work out. I'm just saying they're going to figure it out. Or they won't. But regardless, I'll be there. I'll be there playing, man. Uh-huh. I mean, BioWare put out Anthem, right? And then like they've gone completely like MIA, so. Uh-oh. Cuban said, let me lock the fuck in. I mean, Flawless, that's what it looks like, bro. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the games get really close to going under, and then they do. And sometimes they get really close, and they don't. And it's just hard to tell, you know what I mean? It's hard to tell what actually is going to happen, so. Neo, if Scotch is your wake-up juice, that's quite the kick in the ass, bro. Quite the wake-up. All right, let's see here what we got. Fish Boom, thank you for following the channel, man. Appreciate you, bro. Always drinking time. Do 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 do. All right, so I think I just crossed the 528 mark. Trying to see what else I need here. Everything's pretty well balanced at this point. You can see power-wise, this right here is about to jump up. It's at 529 now, so it's gone up. Yeah, there we go. So my helm is the only thing holding me back right this second. Just kind of punching in. I don't think there's a helm on here, though. I mean, Alex, I think there's layers to that, right? Because they tie so much of their stuff with subclasses to story content. Like, they've done that all the way back to D1. And so for them to just be like, bro, well, you know, we're turning whatever. We're going over here. We're going to throw on, you know, we're going to tack on a couple of extra subclasses or supers and things like that. Like, that's just not something they've done in the past. So Velocity Stars, imagine commenting on a Destiny 2 streamer if you think the game is so dead. Why the fuck are you watching?
I do love rolling an attack. There is a thing a mortal can do to experiencing the power of
If you dislike me playing Destiny 2 so much, then why the fuck are you commenting on my video? So oh no, I'm down to talk. I'm down. Hey, no, he started conversation, so let's have a conversation. So. No, Alex, I think to your point, I think the subclass almost killed Lightfall. Because Lightfall didn't need to exist. And the only reason that Lightfall existed was to give us Strand. So. Hollow, if you haven't played in a long time, I think now would be a good time to get back. In the game, because you're going to need to understand some of the new systems, mechanics, things like that. Plus, in the game, they have a chest near Zavala, which will immediately give you gear that will get you up to 300. So, yeah, Strand is fantastic. Strand is fantastic. I love Strand. I love what it brought to the game. I'm not saying that we don't need... God, can I not get slowed? I'm not saying we don't need new subclasses and things of that sort. I just think that if you want to conflate and say that Strand saved Lightfall, then let's be honest and say that Strand also fucked Lightfall. Because the entire issue with Lightfall was the fact that we did a side quest while the greatest threat in the entire, you know, all of everything was at our front door, was literally at Earth, you know, like on Earth's doorstep. And guess what? We're going to go fuck off to Neptune for this 80s action thriller movie where we just learn how to play with fucking strings. You know what I mean? Like, that's the concept we had. So, yeah, if they could have given us Strand in The Witch Queen and then just taking us straight to the final shape, that would have been sick, dude. Oh, for sure. I mean, they did it so much better with... Like, the way they rolled out Prismatic was so much better. Oh, yeah. I mean... The Siva thing, like Flawless, I just saw your message. Yeah, I mean, Siva, the fact that I'm playing right now in the Plaguelands and they didn't get it, like, it's crazy. Cuban, brother, the story is made up by the writers at Bungie. We only needed to go to Neomuna to open up the Traveler. Or no, we went to Neomuna so the Witness could open up the Traveler's Travelussy. Fucking spread it wide open, bro, because of the shit we did on Neomuna. And then we sit here and we're like, oh my god, bro, just don't get baited. The only reason he got there was freaking because our ghost was there. Oh, you heard me. You heard me, chill guy. Which is what I'm not being tonight. Bro. Yeah, fucking sus, I'll tell you what. chill guy just got here. Bro, Lightfall was a horrendous situation at the time it came out. I was so frustrated, dude. I could not explain to you how frustrated I was. Also, with doing the solo legendary campaign, in the final mission, dude, that final mission with Callus, that night after I played all night, I was so disappointed. I didn't care one bit about Strand. At that point, I hated it, dude. I hated Strand that first night. I was so disappointed with everything we had. And so obviously that changed. But it took them a little bit to get there. So yeah. How come no one ever thinks about the fact that our guardians are always in the place that bad shit happens? Yeah, Alex, I do have some concerns. I got some concerns when it comes to the fact that we are getting more abilities that are only available to use inside of the campaign. Dude, that was horrendous. Her sitting there, Keitel, looking at her father's corpse. This mangled messin. Fucking Nimbus comes in. The uglier they are. Fucking. Oh, bro, are you kidding me right now? Dude, I like everyone always talks about, like, I hear all the time, like, Sax, you're so positive and stuff. Like, I love this game. I've said many times publicly how thankful I am for this game, how many people I've met, opportunities I've had from this game. Don't get me wrong, I love this game. There's been some fucked up shit, bro. They've made some big mistakes, and they got to work it through. But I'm a little sad because I'm all worked up. I'm a little sad that fucker didn't stick around. That dude who was trying to call me out for streaming Destiny. He didn't want these. He didn't want these hands, bro. Put these bear paws on him, you know what I mean? So I like Strand, but it was like, or I do like Strand. I didn't like Strand at that time, but that had more to do with the fact of like how everything was balanced, and I was playing on Titan. Titan did not have Banner of War at the time, so it was Titan was in a much weirder place when Strand first came out. Once Banner of War came out, it was freaking incredible, but until then, dude, it was not a good look, to be honest. So. Cuba said, what's going to happen at the end of Destiny is Ikora and Shaxx are going to team up, kill the Guardian, turn him into a weapon like every... What would our body get turned into? What would the exotic weapon be?
Stay one step ahead of Maya. Looks like junk to me, but hardly a friend of junk.
Yeah, I mean, I personally enjoy I enjoy a lot of things about. What if it is? What if Flawless? What if we are just Telesto? Like, what if we actually are Telesto and we're just trying to fucking turn into Bastion? That's a good one. Neo, I'm not going to quantify that joke you just had. No, Cuban, I like to think that we are just trying, like, we're trying to break out of Telesto. That's why Telesto is so broken. Hey, you, fortunately, you've kind of popped into a off hit or a an incredibly unhinged stream for the evening. So I'm the ramblings of a madman as I farm Destiny. But someone asked the question, or someone suggested in the YouTube chat that we would that at some point Ikora and Shaxx will turn us into an exotic weapon. So then we said that we were trying to figure out which exotic, if we were one of the exotics in the game, which exotic would we be? And we said Telesto. Someone said Bastion as well. That's a good thought. Bastion or Ergo Sum, they are kind of like the canonical answers, right? Like they're the ones that have been given to us by the Light of the Traveler. Well, Bastion was just on the grave, right? Do you mean four-star legendary character Ikora? Not even mythic, bro? Well, that's kind of the, I think that's kind of the thought that you might have to scroll back through the VOD to see the ramblings that I've been going on here for the last like little bit of time. But we were talking about the fact that like Lightfall didn't make sense. Lightfall sucked. We shouldn't have been there. And then we were talking about the fact that the Guardian is always wherever bad stuff is happening in the universe. I've already made some Destiny 1 shorts here recently. They popped off. They really did pop off. Especially on TikTok. TikTok really liked the TikTok loved the YouTube shorts. Jesus, not the English. Oh man. I need to try the new crossbow. Do we know if we're getting a hollow foil crossbow? Ooh, we are. Let's try to see if there was a... I don't know if there's a full picture of it yet. No, guys, I don't think that there's a... I don't think that there is a... There's no like world where there's like a bunch of Bungie devs just sitting around not doing anything or trying to. Like, there's a ton of people at Bungie who love the game, who want to. I think a lot of the core issues that happen with the game are people that just simply do not have the power to enact change. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about for submersion. I was wondering if we were getting some sort of hollow foil similar to like the green glow that we have on some of them. It won't be green because that's for the Halloween stuff, but just wondering if we were getting anything. Well, it's just the blue right now, but if you look on Light GG and you type in submersion, you'll see that there is a hollow foil, but I don't know if there's another one coming that's not in the game yet. So it was Festival of the Lost was pretty good. The weapons left a little to be desired. I mean, Alex, that's kind of, I don't know, NDAs and stuff like that, dude. They happen all over the place, man. It's hard to judge that kind of stuff because, I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird, dude. Typhic says they should have done 3 games each 3 to 4 years. I don't know, man. Hindsight 2020. Though, I mean, it's real easy to look back and say shoulda, coulda, woulda, but alas, they did not, you know. Oh, let's do a different helmet here. Kind of looks good. Yeah, I love D2. I fully agree. I mean, we talked about this earlier. Like, I think that a lot of the issues. Now, who knows what issues would be actually like thrown in the mix by them trying to make changes or do whatever, but I think that a lot of the issues with player base, with acquisition, with power creep, different things of that sort would be worked out by having a new game. But I don't know. I'm not a game developer, that is for damn sure. You rank Bungie Schbuldent. Schbuldent. Yeah, you definitely pressed enter too early there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's one thing that's really difficult about being at the forefront of any industry. right? You're at the forefront of maybe it's a new industry or a new subset in your industry, right? So video games, the prevailing understanding or the prevailing thought when it comes to creating video games is like, well, get them next time, right? You put the game out, fix whatever you're going to do. But then Bungie comes in here and they do this live service game. And then they have the opportunity to continue growing it. But the problem is they double, triple, quadruple down on D2. And then on the back end, they split their resources, right? Like their teams. They split their teams up. And they made it so that they couldn't, they can't produce what they needed to. Like the D2 content, right? Because they split the team up. So now they had to reduce scope. They went out on their own. They got away from Activision. Everyone at the time thought Activision was was the bad part of it, but they actually were providing them with a proper incentive because they had someone to be accountable to. And then they get in a situation where they can't afford, and we're going from there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Fortnite was the start of battle passes. So and it's a good business model. It makes a lot of sense. I think that there's a lot of value in it. JT, move, bro. What's up, bro? Still one of my favorite moments that has happened since I started streaming full time. Oh, I just jumped off the map. Oh, come on, game. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it goes, bro. Hindsight's 20/20, bro. The amount of people who shit on things like, they shit on all sorts of stuff that got removed in the Destiny content vault. The amount of people who hated half the planets and didn't like going to IO, didn't like going to, wherever, and didn't, playing this content, that content. And then now that it's gone, like, I'm not saying they're wrong, but human beings are fickle. Do we think we know what we want? And then we realize our blood sugar is just low. Bro, the amount of times people make decisions and they're like, oh my God, this is the best decision I'll ever make. And they need to eat a fucking peanut butter sandwich, dude. Go get some crackers. Give me my bolts back. Oh yeah, everyone's opinion's valid. I mean, it's just one of those things. We just got to keep remembering, like, as we're talking about the game and we're talking about things, as soon as it goes away from the objective, right? Like when people complain about the stuff that we no longer have in the game, we don't have access to anymore. The fact that we're getting less content than we used to, or we're doing this, that, and the next, like objective facts. That is one thing. But as soon as you start talking about devs and stuff, like when we start talking about the actual people and assuming we know anything about their life and their motivations and what they're doing, that's where I draw the line. So I'm not saying anyone did that. I'm just saying that is where I draw. And I think that we have crossed the line. I think the conversation has become unproductive. So. Yeah. And I can also understand the side of things like where people love, like Destiny, something that people feel passionate about. And I'm excited too, because I've talked about this a lot. I talked about this on the podcast with Court, if you guys listen to that. But we talk about being apathetic, right? Being like, at least people care about the game. They care enough to make sure, or to like make their stuff understood. So thanks, Matt. Appreciate it, man. More goodness to come. GT, we're just talking State of Destiny 2 right now. Someone came in my chat, rage baited me, and it worked. So we just been chatting. How you been, man? Devin, I do. Right now. I'm kind of focusing. I'm trying to see if I can get up to 550 with my power, because I'm flirting, very lightly flirting with the idea of doing some of the conquests, but I need to get there. I need to get there sooner than later, basically, is my point. So when the new dungeon comes out in a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks, so. Appreciate that, Cuban. Yeah, man, we're locking in. I really enjoy doing the podcast a whole lot. I want to continue to make that a specific point. That's why I created that new channel for it. So, yeah, if you guys did not check it out, or if you did not see it, had a podcast that I held with Court Projects. If you guys have seen Court's work, maybe on the PvE podcast, the player podcast versus enemies. Or on the, he works with Llama now. So if you ever watch Llama's stuff, he is Llama's manager now. We got together last week. So actually, it's just if you just look up the channel Sax Talks Games, I've not created a formal podcast of it yet. I need to get it for like Spotify and Apple, like Apple Podcasts and things, but. Good, yeah, let me do this. Yeah, I'm trying to get this. This is a new channel, guys. I just linked it in all of the chats for this evening. But if you guys will go there, this is a brand new channel I'm trying to get off the ground, so. Yeah, thank you guys. So we're nearly to 100 subscribers over there. We just kicked it off earlier in the week, so that is phenomenal. I remember my first channel took me probably a month and a half to get like 10 subscribers. So thank you. We also we're getting super close. So I got a couple goals. I'm trying to get that one up more and more and more. I got a couple big podcasts scheduled, big interviews for that channel coming up before the end of the year. And then I'm trying to get this channel up, the one you guys are watching on the Sax Plays Games channel, trying to see if we can get that up to 10,000 subscribers. Started this one in February. So we are at 9,713 subs of the 10,000 goal. I'd love to hit 10,000 before the end of the year. I think it will really happen. I feel very confident it'll happen, but. So if you guys are not subscribed to either the Sax Talks Games or Plays Games, I would greatly appreciate it. That would be phenomenal. And I'm not asking for it for free. I'm working for it. Every day I'm thinking of stuff I can put out for you guys. I'm thinking about the game. What would be helpful for you guys? You know. Hell yeah, Cuban. What have you been playing on? I thought you were on PC already. Oh, you're on Xbox? Yeah, for some reason I thought you were already on PC. James looking for a new clan. We have a community Discord, James, or a clan for the community Discord. If you want to, you can use the link right there. Okay, anyone's welcome. That is the clan. That's actually our second clan. That's the second clan we've had for our community. We filled up the first one. This one's getting close. This one's getting really close. So the first one was called Choir of Some. It's not a cult. It's not a cult, even if we just have a very passionate love for all things Choir of One. But then we had to create a second clan, which is the Barrow Dyades. So if you want to become a Dyade, Barrow Dyade, you can join using that link right there. Caged chickens, nice. So last time I checked, we're at 80 members. So we got 20 spots left. So it is not a cult. It's not a cult. We just have we're just very, very passionate. Repeating that a lot for it to not be a cult. I just start sweating. What I think is the most sexual gun in the game? Jesus. That is not a question I thought I'd be answering. Are you asking me what is the hottest gun in the game? Is that really what we're getting down to, GT? I don't know if I have an answer for that, bro. I might have to think about it a little bit. Boudica C is the sexiest gun in the game. Boudica C has a good sound. And it also sounds nice. Boudica? Sounds like Booty and Jessica put together. You can tell her I said that. I don't like how fast you guys have answers for these. Guardian's Dong Slinger? Jesus. Yeah, literally as soon as GT asked the question, Harley was like, Boudica! He's like, sorry, did I stutter? If I made it unclear, sorry. I didn't mean for that. I wanted to make sure this was like 100% clear. Boudica C is the sexiest gun in the game. I mean, to be honest, there's something about them curves in Vex Mythoclast. I'm just telling you. You know, there's always something about your first, you know what I mean? So, I feel like Vex, I mean, Vex also kind of sounds like something else, so symmetry can be good. Yeah, I think the answer is Vex Mythoclast for me. Vex. See, James is just playing hard to get for you, brother. That should tempt you even more. When you tap fire Prometheus lens, it sounds like a duck going insane. Kinetic rocket launcher. I feel like that's just firing like a stone at this point. Come on. Damn. Yeah, that new Choir of One, it has like little wings coming off of it, so. Not the Morning Glory, bro. Standing at attention. Doo, doo, doo. Again, I'm not super thrilled at how quick you guys are with some of these weapon considerations you're making. I got you. Yeah, I probably won't. Like, I'm keeping... So it's at 530. My 531 helm is off to the side, so I'm trying to leave that. Like, whatever my highest one of this is at this point, I'm not putting it on. So the Dreaming City weapons are pretty sexy, bro. Alex, it's been that, bro. Y'all been little fiends tonight. I don't even know what to think about y'all. Ollie, come get these folks. Brother, the conversation is derailed, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Vex is the sexiest. Who was it? Who asked? GT asked me what the sexiest gun was. Or something like that. Not the safe word, brother. Cuban's having too much fun with this. Didn't you just start drinking? Yeah, we looked at it. Well, I've looked at it a couple of times. I think it's interesting. There's some of the weapons don't necessarily look that enticing to me, but I think that may even have to do with the audio design. So some of them, they just don't sound that good. Like the SMG kind of sounds like a pea shooter. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I am that enticed to want to check it out. I mean, I can't even talk at this point. You guys are you're gonna say whatever you want to. Oh, all right, all right. Won't need no weapon shooting radial area, bro. I mean, I have to assume that freaking Clovis Bray tried that shit, right? He tried to make a gun that can shoot radial area fluid. Y'all are doing the most right now. He probably did drink it, which I don't love thinking about, but thanks for putting that in my head. Oh my God. Y'all too much. I'll be honest, I don't really have too many full-on celebrity crushes. None that immediately come to mind. Yeah, GT got bored with that. GT got bored with that discussion. He said, let's go a completely different direction. Josiah, what's up, man?
Comms are 5x5. We've got eyes, but nobody on deck.
GT did it.
On your own.
GT did it, chat. It was all GT. Join our clan? You're welcome to join our clan. I sent the link earlier. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of just running around, Alex, right now. I think there's people in Discord looking to team up, though. Kind of just going with the flow tonight, brother. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, man? I started one of them little frogs. Number one thing I'm excited for in Renegades, new dungeon. I'm very excited for. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm not a big Star Wars dude, but the villain and the setting for Renegades, like if you guys saw the like massive Cabal enemy that's on the other side, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. So I do, yeah, I do think that the lightsaber is tied to the dungeon. The Praxic blade. Yeah, we'll see what slot it actually lives in. I think that's a good point. It would be cool if it's in the top slot. Yeah, Alex, I feel the exact same way, man. No, I didn't. Let me finish this up. We'll pull it up. I'll pull the trailer up. We can watch it. Yeah, I've watched it a couple of times. I used it in yesterday's video as well, so like I watched it then, but yeah, but I don't know if with the customization of the lightsaber, if that's something where it's like it's a purely cosmetic thing. Or if it's going to be, what would be really good is if they make it kinetic at base and then they give you the ability to change the color of it based on whatever like element it has. So. Here's what I'll say. Bungie says a lot of shit. Until it's in the game and we see how it actually works, them. Yeah, until it's in the game and you can see it and enjoy it in your hands. Don't get your hopes up. You want to hear my real hot take? Let me know if you guys want to hear my actual hot take. I don't think they lie. I don't think they intentionally lie ever. I don't think Bungie, what sense does it make at all to assume that Bungie would lie, right? As in, like, why would they come out and say something just so we can? So my actual hot take is if we hear about Renegades comes out, and we don't hear about basically the next expansion after Renegades desperately needs to get delayed. If you guys think about it, every time we've gotten a delay, they've absolutely cooked to follow. Okay? So Beyond Light was delayed, but they actually gave us more time to get a lot of the... They took a lot of time to get the sunsetting and all that stuff. And that stuff figured out. Now, that was a little bit of a different delay. But if you think about the delay we got before the Witch Queen, if you think about the delay we got before the Final Shape, I mean, those things cooked. We did not get any delay before Lightfall, which suffered greatly, right? Like, it just didn't have the juice TM. And then, you know, anytime we've had a delay, we've had extra time to let it linger. That has been highly effective. And not just a delay to delay, but a delay with an added piece in the mix. So we got a delay for, you know, Beyond Light. They opened up all the raids before Beyond Light to let us go back and play Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrow, all of those raids ahead of time. And then, on top of that, for Witch Queen, we got the 30th anniversary. And then, when we got the, for the Final Shape, obviously we got Into the Light at that point, so. Brother, can you stop? Where's this other enemy at? There he is. Now I gotta kill the boss with a precision hit. I hate this, like when you gotta get precision hits on this stuff. Oh, it didn't count it. Of course it didn't. God damn it.
Excuse you. Guardians are never really alone. They've always got their ghosts. I'm sure Jinju would agree.
Haven't seen much of her lately. She spends all her time with the Ghost Community Theater.
No. Lightfall came out right when they said it was going to. Look how that turned out. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Destiny 2 Renegades new weapons and gear trailer. Let's break it down.
Welcome, Renegade. I have another bounty for you. But I don't pay for mercy.
Okay, so what was this one called? This one's called Uncivil Discourse. It's a hand cannon. It's like a blaster. It's like a mix of the blaster and Forerunner. With the, okay, so it's using that cooldown system, the same one that we have from the new scout rifle, whatever that thing's called. Modified B7 pistol, another hand cannon. Tommy Chat's been moving too fast, man. I can't keep up with it. All or nothing pulse rifle. I like the look of this. Third iteration, yep. I like the look of this right here. So Strand pulse rifle. So it's interesting that we're getting another Strand pulse rifle. The refurbished A499 heavy sniper rifle. There was very, very little recoil on that. Dude, the sounds of the weapons, though. This is the one I don't like it. The M17 Fast Talker submachine gun. I don't like the sound. It sounds like a pea shooter. It is cool that it uses that same the same cooldown reload. I do like that. I genuinely do like those weapons. Compact Defender sidearm. What is this? Is this Void?
Out here, there are no laws.
So the Fortune's Favor Exotic Hunter leg armor here, turning it into basically, what is it? Shield recharges over time into an overshield. So it's almost like it basically just gives you another like portion of your bar, right? So it goes from, you can go from 0 all the way up to the top and then roll it all the way over. Oh my God. When I saw this was insane, dude. The Praxic Vestment.
No vanguard.
Deimos Suffusion Exotic Warlock Helm. Twilight Garrison is better than ever before, bro. The Praxic Blade Kinetic Exotic Sword. Reflect incoming fire, melee, and ranged attacks. The Heirloom Combat Bow Exotic Combat Bow.
Welcome to the frontier.
Dungeon right here, y'all. Dungeon right here. We got a pyramid, basically like pyramid technology dungeon. Looks like, as long as that's what this is. You know, sometimes they've taken the vibe of an expansion, or I'm sorry, they've taken the vibe of the expansion into consideration, and then they like place 3 guardians or 6 guardians in a particular location and make it look like they're going into something. As that's what it is, we'll see if that is what we're actually getting. So.
Welcome, renegade. I have enough.
So I want to look here also. Like let's look beyond here. Let's see if we can find any other spoilers here, or not spoilers, but anything else. So we're getting a real good look here at some of the armor individualized. So yeah, the Warlock Suspend Rift could use some help. That's for sure.
I have another bounty for you.
Is this I think this is the pulse rifle. Yeah, that was the pulse rifle. So another view here. That is the second hand cannon. Spider never quits, dude. Spider never seems to quit. That's pretty cool. Then they give him a big-ass Titan, this little tiny pea shooter of an SMG, bro. Spider is our job of the hunt.
Mercy.
Is someone actually the insect that won't die? Uncivil Discourse. It's interesting that it's a hand cannon. I kind of would have thought it'd be another like Forerunner-esque sidearm. Not Ollie coming in with the actually. Dude, look at this Cabal design is really sick too. Like, I understand we're talking about reskinned enemies, but guys, we got the new Fallen with the Corsair. Do we know about new Cabal types that we're getting? Like, I've not seen any named new Cabals. Yeah, the Titan armor kind of looks like they just found out of a dumpster. That is true. Does this highlight? You know how like the weapons for Kepler did like the blue highlighting, so. Oh. Look at the Cabal guts, bro. Yeah, the guns look cool. Where does everyone come down on the whole Star Wars thing, though? Here, let me do this real quick. All right, y'all. I'm using a poll on Twitch chat. I want to see what everyone thinks. How are we feeling about Star Wars / Destiny? What is the actual consensus? The B7 pistol. That is a big ass pistol, bro. Okay, so this is stasis. Okay, for some reason I was thinking that the little like pea shooter sidearm was void. Is this this is a 180? Is this a 2-round burst strand? No, I don't think so. So it's kind of like an iron sight a little bit. Also, do we think this is void? Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that when I gave you guys an avenue to be able to spend currency on the stream itself, or on the poll itself. See, that looked different here. Let's go back real quick. Oh, is it stasis? The sniper is kinetic. Did we receive confirmation of that, like in a tweet or something? It also looks like we have because that green line's coming from the sniper. Yeah, I mean, I recognize the sniper, and I know it's a power weapon. I just didn't know if we knew what the actual stuff is. So if you guys keep spamming the different votes, that doesn't help at all. That doesn't give me any concept of like how we're actually feeling on the Mythic. So you guys are just fucking it right now. But thanks for that. Void, compact defender, sidearm.
Out here, there are no laws.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. That's a pretty cool shot right there. Do we have is there a link for that, Flawless? If so, can you link it in the general Destiny on Discord? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I mean, it's interesting.
No kills.
Dude, this shot right here is sick as fuck, dude. Man. God, it's sick. Now, Tommy, we're gonna have a talk if this doesn't solve your jumping puzzle issues. Yeah, if we're still struggling with the jumping puzzles after we get a full ass jetpack, we might have some other issues, brother. Might be some other issues there. Thank you, Ollie. Appreciate it, man. Oh my God.
No backup.
Yeah, the issue is between the keyboard and the chair, and the gaming chair. Heavy jump air move, bro. Is this Titan skating? Now this is pod racing. That actually is, James. That actually is just Anthem.
No vanguard.
They really needed to show the turning in there. Here's my question. He just hit him with a flying knee. Cabalot, thank you for coming over to the Twitch side. All right, the most divisive 5 seconds of the trailer. Look at those chunky ass Cabal back there, bro. That's a cool picture right there. I like that. I mean, the exotic might suck, but that is pretty cool. Yeah, that is Warlock right there. Can you imagine if he didn't catch this on the right end? He tried to catch the blade and it just like sliced him in half. Dude, all the different colors give me such like. So there's a pink one here, right? What did we have in the opening? Was that like an orangish? Yeah. So I want to see, because we've only currently, so we've seen a orange and a pink. It does look like the Blade Barrage. I was actually trying to figure out. It makes me think that they're gonna shift the effect of the blade based on our subclass. That's my bet right now. If we don't know already, I don't know. I don't know anything at this point. I've stayed kind of out of the loop with it, but that is my guesstimation. So.
Welcome to the frontier, renegade.
Orange for solar. Arc right here. So we're seeing arc. We don't see it anywhere else in here, do we?
Welcome, renegade.
Seeing how stunningly Star Wars it felt
Okay, so there's blue.
was electric.
I just jumped into that walker.
Okay, that throwing is sick, bro. That throwing is nasty. Collectibles, honestly, man, it's just kind of an RNG thing, but you can get it. You can get it from Eva by just turning in candy there. That's where I got one of my my SMGs. So, and my shotgun. So good luck with it. But there's really not. So that purple was pink, and that purple was the same pink of our prismatic. That purple you guys keep referencing is right here.
And I just annihilated the encounter.
Squeezing that trigger and feeling that blaster just go off, it was like a whole new world opened up for me.
There's something really special here that we haven't really done in Destiny before.
That ignition, that hiss, that sound.
Oh.
So that right there kind of looks like more of just a kinetic vibe. But yeah, I do think that the color is going to be tied. I'm just hoping that they give an added benefit, like the added effect to based on what your super is.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
We begin in the shadow of a prophecy that says our end is already written. It's here we draw a line in the sand where we start the long journey to fight our fate. In Renegades, Guardians infiltrate a criminal underworld to save a friend whose past has caught up with him and disrupt the rise of powerful new enemies.
Dude, the Cabal looks so good in that like high res. It looks live action. The trailer, obviously, it's not, but
in special collaboration with Lucas.
See right there, the SMG looked better to me. Dude, look at that. Look how good that looks. Is this Stasis as well?
For collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, we took inspiration from Star Wars to craft a one-of-a-kind Destiny story. Renegades redefines what an expansion can be. It brings the grit, guns, and glory of a space.
Oh, crit point towards the exterior of the... I'm not even going to give the name of these because you guys are going to... I don't know Star Wars names, but... Cacus don't know. Or if Cacus does know, Cacus can't Cactus can't talk about it yet, so even if he went on a family trip this week, so yeah, I that's flawless. That has been my opinion on it as well. I think it's in the kinetic slot. I think it's gonna take. I have no actual info on this, but I think it's in the kinetic slot. I think it's going to take attributes of whatever subclass you're on, and then it's going to, I think it's going to benefit from, or I think it's going to be special ammo as well. So,
Guns.
So yeah, it looks like there's like a little tiny crit point hanging on the outside. Now, I don't know if you have to deal a certain amount of damage to get that to look out. Like you can see the sparks coming off. It looks like there's been a certain amount of damage that's been dealt to that walker already. That effect is sick, though.
Of a space western to Destiny. But Renegades isn't just about power. It's about what you're willing to risk to change the future.
GT, thank you for subscribing, man. You want it to be primary ammo?
The folks at Lucasfilm were such great collaborators. They understood that in order for this to work, we had to find where the Venn diagram of our two stories meet. Themes of underdogs rising up against something much larger than themselves. Themes of hope. Those little places in that Venn diagram were the ones that really help us find the story that we want to tell together.
If you look at Star Wars and you look at
Oh, okay. So this right here, isn't this the this is the same stuff that was in the Dreadnought? Aren't these the same tendrils? These look like the same vibey tendrils that we had on the Dreadnought.
Destiny, you can kind of see that parallel that exists. So for instance, our
Maybe not, but it kind of does. Can you imagine if they somehow snuck in the Taken? Because you guys might say like, oh, it's a weird combination between the Taken and the Cabal. But if you really think about it, that's what the Taken King was. Like, we had the Taken King expansion. I don't know. I know we've not seen any Taken in this, but it would be cool. Because the few things that I know, when Bungie cooks, it's when we got a Taken or a Hive expansion, which I know this is primarily Cabal, but we do have other factions in there. And when the Taken's involved is another one. The other thing I've noticed is when we have an expansion that has, or when we have a time in the game when Void and Volatile are really, really featured, that is another thing. That's another time that the player base really enjoys the sandbox. So just something to think about.
exists. So for instance, our Dredgen, they're our Sith.
Pretty Sithy.
Yeah, and then you've got the Barrett Imperium, and they are very, very...
Bro. That should be my costume next year. This big boy in the back.
Empire-like. Yes. They have a huge appetite for expansion.
I think of the Praxic Order. There are Jedi in this release, and they are very focused on order and law and understanding that there is a binary in our universe of good and evil. We get to poke at that a little bit in a way that suits
yeah,
our
the white
story and
armor
our
looks so
world,
good, dude.
while still feeling very much like the inspiration that we're calling from. Edge of Fate leaves us with a really big pass forward into the future. We know of this prophecy now that tells us that we need to bind the Nine or we face extinction. And Drifter was there on Kepler. He saw all of this.
Not running from this one.
Drifter is convinced that there's a connection between the Nine and the rise of this new faction, the Barrett Imperium. He sees them rising at an unnaturally fast rate and is insistent that there's a problem. But the Vanguard isn't listening. They're insisting that he needs to stand down.
The cool thing about this criminal underworld is you and Drifter and your crew, you come in at the bottom, and at the top, there's the Barrett Imperium. You need to work with all these crooked criminal syndicates in between.
See, that's a cool design right there. That looks really cool.
Your power, building up the notoriety, getting the gear that you...
Also, the concept of like these Vex actually having a personality to do this is very, very interesting. So,
need to take down that powerful Imperium at the top.
dude, I love these. I love these little shots they do that are like hyper realistic. I think they're great, man.
There's a weapon that the Barrent Imperium have made, and we need to be the ones to destroy it. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we work with exactly the kind of people that we normally fight. So we're going to head out to the lawless frontier, and one job at a time, we're going to take down the Imperium.
The lawless frontier is filled with big, chaotic, cooperative activities.
Oh, dude, look at that freaking. It looks like the raid boss, like big ass Hydra, or I'm sorry,
the job. You're gonna choose which renegade
Hobgoblin.
abilities you're gonna take into those jobs, and then you're gonna drop into the action with your team, smash up those objectives, get as many riches and treasures as you can, and then get out or die trying.
To do that, you're going to go to the Lost Frontier Hollow map. You'll see Mars, Europa, and Venus with swamps that are very reminiscent of Dagobah. There's some hints of Hoth in Europa, right?
Yeah.
For fans of both Star Wars and Destiny, like Mars, which is some pits that are very reminiscent of Sarlacc pits, and you don't want to fall into them, you'll die.
These are Destiny locations. It's just we're taking inspiration.
It'd be interesting to go back to Venus to actually get other portions of Venus back, even though it doesn't sound like we're getting free roam, right? Like we're not getting an entirely new area or setup, but we will, obviously we're going to be getting a new, uniquely new areas. So they do share some reminiscence of Kepler, like some vibe of Kepler. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
From some of these iconic places in Star Wars.
Bring back Mercury, dude.
Let's say we go to Mars, and you're going to pick a bounty hunting job for the Fallen to take out some Cabal. And then you either matchmake with people online, you take your crew with you, you can play solo. Every time you drop in, you might be in a different location on the map.
Trey, someone brought that up earlier, like brought up the idea of nerfs. What would you nerf right now in the game? I don't even know what we would nerf.
Objectives are going to be a little different each time, and it also might be a different time of day.
Titans.
There's a lot of variety and richness.
Just because you can't beat me in DPS, brother. What about Titans you nerfing?
Just within these activities, we want them to be highly replayable. Along the way, we're going to throw a bunch of curveballs. You might run into a missile tower that's trying to take you out from halfway across the map. And you have to divert and take it out, and you get some extra points out of that.
Okay. All right, bro.
Defeat your boss, get to the exfil with whatever time you've got left. Call your ship in.
Now y'all are really
All
trying
drops in,
to
you head
rage
from the
bait.
ball.
Okay, so the pulse rifle confirmed also uses the cooldown system, which is cool.
Your ship flies in, you hop aboard, and you got to exfil.
The amount of times I'm going to try to exfil and I'm going to hit these damn poles here. I'm going to run into these poles and I'm going to get killed when I'm trying to get onto the ship.
Over the course of the campaign and deep into the post-game of Renegades, you're going to be unlocking and earning a bunch of different Renegade abilities.
We've got things like airstrikes, Cabal drop pods, vehicles like the Cabal walkers, interceptors, swoop bikes, turrets. We've got 9 abilities, 7 upgrades. There's a ton of stuff that you can bring in and just change how things play.
It's like a tech tree of options.
It's like a whole tree of options.
Do you think that I want these abilities, I want them to be good. I'm a little worried that they're going to be dead on arrival, man. I'm just a little worried, man. Like the amount of stuff for Kepler or the individual abilities that we get for different seasons, things of that sort. I just don't really think we don't usually use them that much. And so if this was some sort of new subclass, obviously it wouldn't be like a subclass calling in all this stuff, but
across support, defensive,
I'm a little skeptical, I'll say that.
and offensive abilities, so the player's going to have a lot to play with here.
The Lawless Frontier isn't just about raw power. It's about influence. Shady backroom deals.
Does this dude basically have a grill? It's like a cabal with a grill, brother.
Working for these powerful syndicates and against them at different times. And all of this takes place at the heart of the criminal underworld in Tharsis Outpost.
The Vanguard have been preoccupied. They've been off saving the world, and they haven't been looking at Tharsis. It's changed a lot since the last time we were there.
It's now this thriving black market, this criminal underworld.
6'9" Cabal
became Tharsis Outpost. If you have
6'9" Legionnaire
job that you need done, you can find it at Tharsis Outpost.
Tharsis Outpost.
I think this is a location we were in Destiny 1. I don't think we ever came to this location in D2.
Appropriate for both Star Wars and for us. When we looked at Mos Eisley as inspiration, we knew that we could play in that playground in a really fun way. From the ghosts that you'll see floating around to one Elixni with all 4 of his Elixni arms shaking up drinks. We took that inspiration and we found the Destiny spin on it. Criminal syndicates have moved in.
You're working with the syndicates. You are building your notoriety with them.
The 3 different syndicates that we
It's not
created,
dead,
we're
but
going to be dealing with.
if we would have went to the Reef, it would have made this expansion feel a lot like it would have made the expansion feel a ton like Forsaken, which isn't bad, but
the Pikers are Elixni. They're kind of like an anarchist biker gang. Unlike other Elixni, they're atheists. They don't worship machines. They follow relics. We've also got the Totality.
And I love the
Division,
Tangled
a
Shore.
Subset of the Barrent Imperium.
Tangled
They're
Shore was one of my
like
favorite
Somalis,
locations, just to
and
go
their
do
enforcer
bounties
Rao
and
is going to
do
be
about
the leader
anything
of
in the
this group.
game. So
And we've got Tharsis Reformation. They are a breakaway group from Maya's Vex. They're starting to think for themselves and figure out what it means to be an individual.
They're starting to do crime. They're wearing clothes.
Crime and wearing clothes are what all individuals do. We need to have new people to
Sentient
fight and new people
Vex.
to root for. And this was our opportunity.
their gooey stomachs, we don't have crit points
But
there
the
for
heart
them.
of the Renegade fantasy is not just surviving the lawless frontier. It's garnering influence and building your power so that you can bend it to your will.
In the end game, you get the best weapons, the best armor, the coolest exclusive cosmetics. You're going to need to work with the syndicates to increase your notoriety by completing jobs successfully alone or with a crew, and then doing so you'll unlock our highest risk, highest reward jobs.
Here's what I will say. I don't know, like, other than enjoying these locations, the stories, the different things we're going to be able to do in this expansion, I don't know what's going to drive us. And this is something that Bungie needs to show us, but I don't know what's going to drive us to continue and to push forward with this. What I mean by that, if I'm already at 550 and they've said we don't have to level up anymore, what is the point? Like, obviously I can get good loot, but presumably I'm going to be getting tier 5 loot the entire time, right? And so if that's the case, like, A, why do I need to do a legendary version of the campaign? B, like, what's going to prevent me from in the first week, 2, 3, having, because let's say somehow they time gate it, okay? As soon as that time gate goes away, we're going to be juiced up on all these weapons that have, the massive amounts of, like, perks on them and everything dropping, and we're, and then not only that, we are going to get stuff from the dungeon. Like, the dungeon will be nice to play, but I have concerns. My personal opinion, this is another hot take for me. My personal opinion is they jumped the gun too fast with the break of them saying that we're not doing any power leveling. I think they jumped the gun with it, and I don't think it made as much of an impact as they thought it would, them saying your power's not getting reset. So, I mean, maybe it has. Maybe it's made a notable difference. But for me, the leveling up, like my mindset hasn't been, oh, well, they're not resetting me, so then I'm going to go ahead and do it. My mindset has been, oh, well, I get tier 5 loot when I get higher. So that's what pushed me. And then once I started getting tier 5 loot, that's what's been progressing me up, right? But yeah, Tommy, I don't think that's the answer, man. We're just inflating that again. I think they had kind of cooked up with what they were doing. Now the economy of it was shit. Like because the whole point of it was supposed to be okay for this whole like Fate saga, right? That started with the Edge of Fate, now into Renegades, and then on and on into the next expansions. We were supposed to go up to 200, right? Level 200. And then we're going to go from 200 all the way up to 550. And then we were supposed to go back down to 200 for this expansion. If I remember that correctly. I think that's where we are. Yes, Tommy, you just nailed it. So what they should have done is they should have removed the unstable cores. Remove that whole process. Maybe make it something where they just shift how much, like that gap up to 550, right? Like, yeah, have no unstable cores. Make it so that we can just level up using a single enhancement core like we already are. Just progressively get stronger. It doesn't matter if we get stronger at the beginning of the season, because guess what? If people hate the economy and they hate the flow of the levels that you're getting, they're just going to not fucking play the game. So how about this? How about you just open the floodgates, let people level up? But no, like I have been logging in to play Destiny because I literally have had this tab open for weeks now, showing my power levels, what I'm going up, paying attention to this, right? Just paying attention, and trying to level up. I just don't think there's any reason. I don't think there's any reason at all for us to not be power leveling in the next expansion. And mark this down. I think they know it. And I think that they're going to go back on it. I hope they do. I feel like I am projecting, but I hope they actually do that. Like I hope they go back on it. I hope they say, hey, you are going to be power leveling in Renegades. You know, we brought this out, but we mentioned that before we had made some of the economy changes. We think that this is going to be healthy for the game, but we'll see. No, Milton, I think we are done with crafting. I think weapon crafting is dead other than exotics, just to flip things around. 7% in a while. I got the new legendary weapon, impulse rifle. It's good. Got the trader out. I'm not actually sure what you just said, man. Yeah, Tommy, I think that currency is just dead, man. Unfortunately. I don't think we're getting anything for it. Alex, the whole reason with the 777,000, they mentioned that they were looking for a way to get out of that system. I think it was a literal like programming thing. I think they needed to figure out a way on the back end to solve that. And so they were giving us all those cores because I think they got the fix faster than they thought they would. And so they gave it that. So what's up, Mally? How you doing?
And at the same time, you're going to have the ability to do the special job.
We're just talking about Renegades. Just talking about it.
And you'll also unlock Invasion.
That's right. Invasion is back. But this doesn't work like Gambit. It's opt-in. The invader has some initiative when invasion begins. This is more strategic.
You scan the battlefield, and you're like, okay, is this the right time?
No,
for me to take this
crafting's
shot?
only been over
And
since
what's
the final
right
shape.
tool for me to do it? Do I use
When the
an
final
advanced
shape
striker
campaign went
vehicle?
away,
Do I
we
use
stopped
a
getting
couple walkers?
crafting. Well, actually, we stopped being able to craft
Just watch out
with
for that double
after echoes. They flipped it off in Revenant. They turned off crafting basically, and then we didn't get it for Revenant
Renegades
or
marks the
Heresy
Guardian's
or
descent
now
into
the
a
Edge of
criminal
Fate.
underworld.
So
A world of shadows and syndicates, where your light and your choices will cut a path forward.
And to be clear, I'm perfectly fine with crafting going away, except for the fact that it would make our vault situation better. However, there were so many people that if they had a continual like weapon stat tracker, like an overarching weapon stat tracker, then I think people, and if when you leveled something, like let's say you got rid of something and you recraft a weapon, if you didn't have to start from 0 to bring the level all the way back up, I think people would just get rid of it and they would craft it. They really shouldn't even make you go to the Enclave anymore. They should just basically let you go into your inventory or your collections and craft from there, dude. Like there's so many little things like that they should just, or inside the portal somewhere, they need to put a button where you can click it, you can go to the crafting table instead of having to go over to the world tab that they try to desaturate and then go to Savathun's Throne World and then go up to the freaking, Enclave and then fire up from over there. And yeah, it's just kind of annoying.
You'll fight dirty, break the rules, and build a hardened crew that can take on any job.
Okay, so the whole point of watching this, guys, other than we're talking about Renegades, was to call out every time we see the blade. This is either light blue or white, but we're trying to keep an eye out for the different colorations.
Standing up to the most ruthless syndicates in the system.
So what was that? Oh, okay. So I thought that was red for a second, but I think that was some other thing fired. Yeah, the Cabal's white armor looks really good. Okay, that's blue.
Even in the darkest corners of this world, there's still a glimmer of hope. Guardians will have to find their own version of balance between loyalty and survival, between power and purpose. Because there's more at play than credits and contracts. Forces are on the move. Ones that...
Bro, this dude looks so sick. Like this is the type of enemy that we need, right? We got the freaking like ramblings of a madman throughout the entire Edge of Fate campaign, right? And it just didn't matter at all. We got to the end and we fought this dude that had basically nothing to do with the rest of it. This right here, this is an enemy that's going to push us forward.
Ones that see you not just as a player, but as a piece on the board. To change the future, you'll have to become the one thing they never saw coming.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get any of this Praxic Order. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. So do you guys think this enemy right here, I mean, do you think they're going to lean in and make it a like a defunct or someone from the Praxic Order that went rogue? Also, was that red? Yeah, this has to be a Guardian, right? Oh, that would have been cool if we got the Force. See, that I was wondering, I think it might look red. I don't think it is red. I think it looks red because of the lighting around it.
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
She does have a yellow one. And that looks sick as fuck, bro. Okay, it is red. It is red. Maybe they got other subclasses here. Let's go back and watch this in full.
That see you not just as a player, but as a piece on the board. To change the future, you'll have to become the one thing they never saw coming.
Start the end.
Dude, flawless brother. Don't do that to me, dude. Don't give me hope like that, brother. If we somehow found a way to end up getting Siva, if they brought back Siva in some capacity in this, and it was a Siva lightsaber, bro, can you imagine? Oh my God, dude. I'd explode.
As soon as you can.
I'd have to cut stream immediately, bro. That would be so nasty, bro. God, that'd be so cool. All right, well, that turned into a much longer side quest than I anticipated it. Yeah, we got to get that lightsaber. For sure. Got to get that lightsaber, brother. Man, they had such an opportunity to... The way they would have erupted the entire player base, if they would have been able to give us like even an inkling that Siva was coming back inside of the heliostat mission. But it felt like all they really did was made it like they wanted to remind us that, hey, Siva's dead. Siva's more than dead, bro. It ain't coming back. Like, all right, we understand. Yeah, I mean, I think Renegades will probably live right in the portal. So, yeah, it's super exciting, man. What would you consider your Siva at home? That is true. That is true. If you already have the ultimate version, that means you own this already. So the nerfed outbreak we have at home. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. What did I do damn bad? Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know what the, I'm not sure what they gave us for the Renegades pre-order. Ollie, do you remember? Seems like you got all the answers, brother. X-Wing and the emblem. That's right. That's right. That's right. Are we getting... Do we know what the exotic... Ah, could be the crossbow. Is the sniper an exotic? Yeah, I thought the heavy sniper was actually just a legendary. See, that's cool. Do you think that will play in? We'll be able to benefit from what is it? What's the other heavy sniper? Yeah, what's the other heavy sniper exotic? Darcy. I was thinking of Darcy. I was talking heavy slot, guys. Because remember, Darcy kind of does like Gallarhorn type vibes for sniper rifles. Yeah, Whisper's a heavy slot. But that's not the one I was talking about. I'm talking about Darcy, which also is in the heavy slot. But it buffs all of the legendary bows. Or, I'm sorry, legendary snipers that are around it, so. I could see us getting like a heavy sniper meta with this here, and then actually using Darcy for once. I think they've proven, right? Like, take something like Leviathan's Breath, for instance. I think they've proven that if they take enough iterations and they give enough attention to different exotics, that they can cook something up for it and make it viable, dude. So, yeah, no one uses it right now. But that doesn't mean we won't ever use it. So it only buffs legendary snipers. I'm not. It only buffs. Basically, it just doesn't buff. I don't think it buffs any exotic sniper. So, Milton, I am on Warlock right now. I'm usually not. I'm usually on Titan. Dude, look at all these orbs, bro. Holy crap. Yeah, but that seems, I mean, Alex, that seems like the use case or the reasoning that they need to lean in and make us use it, man. I mean, give us a reason to do it. I don't think any exotic is dead completely until they decide that they're just going to fully give up on it. I can. Milton, actually the best way for you to get this build would be to, if you're in our Discord, I don't know, are you in my Discord, Milton? Because we have a full like build section of the Discord. And I think people have shared this before. So if you look in the general, or like the Destiny 2 build section, what is it called? Build a Guardian. I think that channel. You should be able to find it in there, man. If not, maybe someone maybe link the buddy build if it's been shared inside of the Build a Guardian, so Milton can see it. So it is non-exotics, but it's not. It doesn't explicitly say non-heavy as well. Human. If so, that'll be great. Has some good potential for sure. I can't guarantee it'll be good, but certainly has potential. It's all dependent on the bosses you're using it on too. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't use it on something like a Kevin from Sunder Doctrine. All my homies hate Kevin. Yeah, Oryx, like a stationary boss. You technically could probably pull the witness off. Maybe a little more difficult on the witness. I wouldn't mind seeing that on the witness though. Yeah, Cuban, I'm glad to hear that they didn't completely mess that up. It would have been very easy for them to be like, oh, no heavy or exotic. And then it's like, well, we want to make this in the future. So then they'll have to, you know, swap it out and do whatever. Which is fine. It's their game. They can make the updates that they need to, but it's been a long time since I felt like they really just like made a decision early on and then like didn't regret it later. Hey, my second submersion. It's only my second one though. Let's see what I got. Auto-loading, chill clip, impulse, headstone, firing line. So I could do auto-loading, firing line. Potential. Tommy, thank you for resubscribing to the channel, man. Appreciate you, bro. No explosive bolts. Womp womp. No explosive bolts. Unfortunado. Yeah, that's only the second one I've gotten at all, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm getting close to the end there, so. I mean, Alex, do you think that people sugar-coated their feelings towards mediocre expansions, as in, like Lightfall? Do you think people sugar-coated their feelings on the Edge of Fate? Cerberus, that sounds like a good one, man. I got this one earlier. I like it. I just don't know how long can you how long can you take between shots with the for the chill clip, I wonder. Yeah, sorry. I meant more how long can you wait between shots? Meaning like I fired the first bolt. Not this stream, Jake. Maybe next time, brother. The reason I ask is, so you apply the initial slow from the first bolt. Once you're done, can you wait until your auto-loading procs again, take it out, shoot it, and freeze? Or do you actually have to reload to get the freeze? So. Because auto-loading chill clip at that point for me doesn't really make sense. Like, it's good to have the two perks, but when you're going to a DPS phase, you're going to want something else. Plague Doctor, what's up, man? Yeah, so like, Ollie, I know it's faster to manually reload. What I'm trying to figure out is, can you still freeze? Can you get the freeze effect? Let's say you were doing DPS on something and you wanted to get the freeze to enact some other ability. Can you still freeze something? Like, how long does the slow take to fall off is what I'm trying to figure out. And I don't know. I don't know how, if that information might not be widely available. So. Because I know that the slow deteriorates over time. I don't know how many slow stacks apply per shot. Cerberus, that's a good point as well. Could be subclass dependent. And like, if that's the case, is there any world where you say, like, I guess what is the resounding, like, are people using this as a DPS weapon in any capacity? Or are we talking about, you know, or are they just basically using it for its utility? Which is perfectly fine. It's a very, like, utility-heavy weapon. So. Jake likes the magic words. Or likes the funny words. because like having the ability to stun multiple things, so. Yeah, dude. It feels good to be getting back into kind of like theory crafting and stuff about Destiny. It's been a minute, man. Kind of turned my brain off. So certainly more locked in, so. You know, I don't know. I don't know that I have a favorite exotic piece of armor. I think someone asked me that not too long ago. And unfortunately, I still didn't have really a good answer for him at that point. No, GT asked me what the sexiest weapon was. Which surprisingly, that is not necessarily the same. I'm not saying it's not the same, but the exotic class item. Well, it wouldn't be loot collected, Cuban. It'd be loot left behind, right? You might collect something. Agriceptor? Making noodles, bro. Hell yeah, bro. Gore the God Butcher. I didn't know he played Destiny. I am wearing a dress. I am not on Titan tonight. Yes, I am. I don't keep him in my ears nearly as much as I probably should. I could turn down the volume a little bit. Not usually. There are times where I'll pull them out and then the bud will pop off of them, but I got big ear holes. I've not had too many times where it's actually gotten stuck. I don't know. I don't think so. I think those ones came out after this. I think those perks came out after the last arc bow came out. Dun, da, 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 da. Damn. All right, let's see. How much candy do you think I have? I don't know how much you get actually from each round. I got a few worth. Damn, they're real stingy with the hollow foil, dude. Real fucking stingy. Da 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 da. Boom. Dude, my vault's gonna be completely full of this freaking stuff from this. It's gonna be insane, dude. A little over halfway as well. I need to just go probably play another one. I don't want to. I don't want to play another. I'm getting so close to being at that 30. I'll at least unlock the shader. I just got an invite. Dun, 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 dun. Bat sent the invite, brother. I didn't know you guys were doing this. I would have come joined and turned my brain off a long time ago. It does not have open slots. Wow. I see how it is. I see how it is. Damn, bro. Dun, 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 dun. I need a power weapon. I don't think anything's dropping specifically a power weapon. All right, y'all. I've kind of hit a wall. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and log off for the night. So I've had a good time tonight. We had some insanity. Some insane conversations tonight. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Cerberus, thank you, brother. Cerberus and Alex been keeping that vertical live stream alive on the YouTube side. Appreciate you guys. Cyber on the horizontal side. Thank you very much. Everyone over there. Chill Guy's been over there. Cuban, Jake, everyone on the Twitch side. Thank you guys for popping things off tonight. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for... looking forward to getting back into, honestly, getting back in the swing of everything Destiny-wise. So, guys, have a great night. Until next time, be blessed, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Peace.